Good morning once again, everyone. I'm Chris Velarde in the News 8 newsroom. We want to update you on the breaking news we've been following this morning out of Oxford. There was a silver alert issued for the estranged wife of a double shooting suspect. That has been canceled at this point. What we don't know is the details of that. We don't know where she was found. We don't know about the search for the suspect either. It all began about 5:30 this morning when police got word of a shooting. 2 people shot inside a home in Oxford. That sparked this search. They started searching for Scott Gellatly. He was out there on the run. They found 1 vehicle, and then there was this silver alert issued for his estranged wife, Lori. Lieutenant Paul Vance is giving an update right now from the scene. Let's listen in live.
About 5:30 this morning, when state police received a 911 call to respond to 43 Sioux Drive here in the town of Oxford. Troopers, town officers responded, and upon arrival found 2 females that had been shot and wounded. One was transported to St. Mary's Hospital. One was reported to Waterbury Hospital. Initial information that was provided to troopers indicated that the individual, the suspect, had shot the 2 females and had taken a hostage and fled the scene. Upon arrival at the hospital and interviews and family members' information that was provided to troopers, it has been determined that no hostage has been taken. We are still seeking at this time the suspect, Scott Gellatly. He's believed to be operating a 2012 Toyota Tacoma pickup bearing Connecticut registration 2741CC. Presently, the most updated information that we have from the hospitals is that 1 female is still in serious condition, and second female, who's been identified as Lori Gellatly, has been pronounced dead at Waterbury Hospital. Presently, we are still searching for that vehicle. We've notified all law enforcement in the northwest area and up and down the eastern seaboard. We are actively searching for that vehicle. We're asking anyone who may observe that vehicle to contact police immediately. This suspect is believed to be armed and dangerous. Questions?
We know you found the blue SUV you originally
Correct.
thought that he was in. Was anything else found in there, and where was Jill?
No public information for that right now.
Is there anything you could speak to of motive, why he may have done all this?
We don't. We're certainly looking at historical information and previous history that may have occurred at this residence, but that's all part and parcel of the investigation as it's ongoing and proceeding as we speak.
And you were telling us that there were 2 toddlers inside the home?
Say that again?
There were 2 youngsters inside the home at the time?
There were 2 toddlers that were unharmed inside the home. Department of Children and Families are here, and the children are unharmed and being taken care of by family members.
Can you tell us the other areas
Lieutenant,
that are...
can you tell us about the who lived at the house? Lori, did she live there? Was she staying with friends?
I don't have ownership or occupancy yet on the residence. I'm sorry.
And the other victim that's not dead, do we have any connection or relation to how?
Yeah, it is connected. It is a relative, but we're not releasing that detail at this point in time.
Mother or?
Not releasing that information at all.
Can you tell us about the other areas that are on lockdown? We're hearing schools, possibly Lori's place of employment.
In this day and age, it's certainly important that any area that we search or anything that we're doing, that we notify local officials. We have done that. There are times when local officials deem it appropriate to lock the schools down, just as a precautionary measure, nothing more than that. We are looking in several different locations all around the state of Connecticut, and we will continue to notify local officials as we do that.
Can you tell us about the cars you found? You found 1.
We did find the blue Ford. It was found not too far from here. That's being held as evidence and being examined by state police detectives.
Have you heard from the suspect in any capacity, via threats
No,
or anything?
we're not discussing that. We're simply looking for the suspect, and that's the information we really want to get out there. It's important that the public become our eyes and ears and help us locate this vehicle as quickly as we can so we can encounter the suspect safely.
Any concern about other family members being in trouble or in danger as far as
We've been in contact with numerous family members, and we certainly they've been very cooperative and helpful in this case. And we will stay in contact with them until its conclusion.
We heard something about Barkhamsted, a possible ping on a cell phone.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on. I mean, I can't even isolate. There are many different things that we're looking at, many different locations around Connecticut. And certainly, again, as we go into these communities, their officials are notified. They determine if they want to do anything with the schools, but we want to keep everyone in the loop. And what we're also going to do now is I'm going to ask you all to move from here. We're going to set up a staging area down by the firehouse, which is down on Route 67. Up the main firehouse is about 4 miles up the road. I'll brief you every hour. This 10 o'clock, and if anything breaks, I'll come out even sooner. But
Scott's last known address, do you just have that? Where did he live in?
I don't have his last known address.
What
I'll
about the
find that
people
for
who
you.
live in this area? Are they going to be let back to their homes or up the hill? We were talking to some neighbors who said they weren't able to get back in.
Where? What do you?
Near Sioux Drive in that area.
We have a crime scene in Sioux Drive. That's a crime scene, and until we're done with it, neighbors can get to and from their home. The crime scene is simply isolated to that home.
Lieutenant, was there ever a hostage in this situation?
I don't believe so. As we're learning more and more information, the misinformation came from injured people, and certainly we understand that. And we're working with family members who have been very, very helpful, and we've determined we don't believe there was a hostage at all.
Is there any indication that there was any kind of altercation in the home this morning?
Unknown right now. I don't know that.
And any weapons found inside the car or in the home? You're not really
no weapons. No, we're not going to talk about any of that right now.
Is he armed?
We presume him to be armed and dangerous, yes.
Are you able to say who the other woman is?
Not yet.
Not yet. The relation to Lori? Is there a
we don't want to go there. We're just in the interest of being cautious.
And if you could just talk about the tactics you're using right now in this search.
The tactics?
For this search. I mean, you said you
we have state police troopers, detectives, tactical teams. We have all our resources, all our tools in our toolbox that have been deployed. We're working with all local, other agencies, federal agencies. We're using everything we can to safely locate the suspect. We want to safely take the suspect into custody, and certainly we'll continue this investigation. Okay, best I can do now, guys. I got to have you move the firehouse. You got about 40 minutes, and then I'll be down there. If anything breaks beforehand, I'll be there, okay?
the one right at the end of the street?
At the end of the street, go left. It's about 3 miles up.
All right, updating now what we just heard from Lieutenant Paul Vance of the Connecticut State Police. There was a silver alert issued, but now we are finding out that there was no hostage taken, and Scott Gellatly, who was the subject of that silver alert, was actually pronounced dead at the hospital. She was one of 2 shooting victims early this morning in Oxford. The other one is still in the hospital. Police have not identified who that is, only saying that someone who is related to the folks involved here. Now, the search continues right now for the suspected gunman here, identified as Scott Gellatly. He is believed to be in a 2012 Toyota Tacoma pickup truck. It's a black vehicle, the license plate, Connecticut registration 2741CC. And you just heard Lieutenant Vance say that state police are using every resource in their toolbox right now, using both local police departments, federal law enforcement agencies as well, and state police. The state police helicopter is up as well. There have been a couple of reports of lockdowns with some schools as well in the area. That is precautionary, of course. Lieutenant Vance saying that when police are searching in neighborhoods like this, they do that just to be safe, to make sure that no one goes in or out of schools, just as a safety precaution. But there's nothing that is immediately connected to any schools. But if you have heard of some of those lockdowns, that's the reason for that. So again, search is ongoing right now, but we have learned that one of the 2 shooting victims, Scott Gellatly, is dead right now, and the other is still in the hospital. Police continuing to search for that gunman. We'll keep things, we'll be keeping our eyes on things here for you, bring you the very latest on WTNH.com as well as on News 8 at noon. In the meantime, we'll return you now to regular programming.